Hey, good day everyone, and welcome to Living Lighter Today. You know, we've all heard of such things as sexual abuse, physical abuse, and emotional abuse. But did you know that there is another abuse out there that is equally devastating, especially to the psychological trauma of an individual? And that abuse is called spiritual abuse. Now, what is spiritual abuse? Well, spiritual abuse is a form of psychological and emotional abuse that occurs within the context of a religious or a spiritual environment. Now, it involves the misuse of religion or spiritual beliefs or practices or authority, all to manipulate, control, or harm individuals or groups. Now, spiritual abuse can occur in any religion or any spiritual community, and it can have devastating effects on the victim's well-being and their sense of self. Now, let me give you some of the characteristics of spiritual abuse so that you can see it when it's glaring. Number one, they give manipulation and control. Spiritual abusers may use their position of authority in order to manipulate and control their followers. They may enforce such things as rigid rules or demand unquestioning loyalty, and they can discourage critical thinking. Number two, they give excessive guilt and excessive shame. Now, victims of spiritual abuse are often made to feel guilty or ashamed for not meeting the expectations of the abuser of the religious community. This can lead to a constant feeling of unworthiness, I never can measure up, and a fear of punishment. Now, number three, they can hand out isolation and exclusion. Spiritual abusers may isolate victims from friends and family outside the religious community, making it oh so difficult for them to seek support or gain perspective from people outside of their community. Number four, emotional blackmail. Spiritual abusers may use spiritual beliefs and teachings to emotionally manipulate their followers. They may threaten divine punishment or loss of your salvation to keep individuals under their control. This is wicked. And number five, forced compliance. Victims may feel pressured to conform to the beliefs and the practices that are dictated by the abuser, even if it goes against their conscience or their personal values. Number six, withholding information. Spiritual abusers may limit access to information or discourage followers from seeking knowledge from outside sources. This keeps followers oh so dependent on the abuser, ultimately for their guidance. And then number seven, spiritual gaslighting. Now, gaslighting is a common tactic in spiritual abuse and in all abuses for that matter, where the abuser distorts the victim's perception of reality, making them doubt their experiences and their intuition. Number eight, financial exploitation. Spiritual abusers may financially exploit their followers, pressuring them into donating money or giving up their assets in the name of spirituality or the religious duty. Number nine, they can sometimes deliver sexual abuse. Now, in some cases, spiritual abuse can also involve sexual exploitation by religious leaders who use their authority to engage in inappropriate or non-consensual sexual relations with their followers. And then number 10, you can never, ever challenge the leadership. And some forms of spiritual abuse may exhibit characteristics where the leader's authority is unquestioned, and followers are subject to strict control and massive manipulation. Now listen, it's important to note that not all religious or spiritual communities engage in spiritual abuse. There are many religious communities out there that are wonderful and well needed. And many religious and spiritual groups promote positive values, community support, and personal growth. However, when spiritual abuse does occur, it can have a long-lasting psychological and emotional consequences for its victims. If you or someone you know is experiencing spiritual abuse, seeking support from friends, family, or a shame recovery specialist such as myself, you can break free from this form of abuse because you are worth it. So seek help.